Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines here in Foolstown. Guys, last episode we built that end-to-end highway that ran from one side of the city all the way to the other, which has now really opened up our city because it's created that almost undisturbed connection road from one side to the other to make the traffic flow through. No interruptions, get to their destination as quick as possible. Now, there was a lot of issues I had towards the end with trying to get roads to connect to other places, dealing with all the industrial traffic in the dock area. Well, I've been working on it in the background. I've spent many painstaking hours trying to solve the traffic in the industrial area. We've got some new connections I want to show you guys, and I want to show you where we're kind of leading with this and where it pretty much is going in the future. And today I want to try and accomplish two tasks. One, as you can see right now, this farming industry, get rid of it because we're going to be relocating it very soon. And two, sort out that roundabout that had a lot of traffic on the last episode. Believe it or not, it doesn't have as much traffic as it once did, which is over here just a second ago, just there. It doesn't have as much traffic backing up as it once did because I've done a lot of other traffic things I'm going to show you in just a moment, but it's not efficient enough. We need to sort this out. Now, the reason this doesn't have as much traffic as it once did is because your boy's done a lot of work. Your boy has done a lot of work. Look at this. Look at this for a connection right now. So this, again, let me kind of show you if you didn't see last episode. I built this highway that now runs through and down and round, kind of intertwines, good downs, straight down here or through the tunnel. But it comes down to here where we're pretty much combining and connecting three highways into one. Now this has worked out really well. If you're coming from this direction, you go up, you can come round and down and connect. Obviously this way, straight down. I didn't want to use this highway here, connect to either side, because this is a straight path through, getting from the industrial side into the city and possibly to the opposite side of the city. And I don't want to create this if you want to come down and round, because if you wanted to do that, then obviously you're not going to be funneling through this system. So we kind of try to keep off that just a little bit. But it looks pretty good, doesn't it? I'm really impressed. So that's how we've funneled in the three sections now. And then they come down, and there's two options they can do. They can either come off at the first little section there, which leads down to our kind of first little bit of industrial, and pretty much down to this side here. Or they can filter off in this highway system here that filters down. And I've created this little overpass, because what I spotted was this roundabout was being bombarded with traffic as people came off trying to go in different directions. So just to make it a little bit easier, if you want to go left, right, whatever you want to do, enter the roundabout. But if you're just planning to go straight on, just hit the passovers. Pretty sweet, right? We got the connection leading up to this road too. There is a little tunnel to get traffic exiting from this side through the tunnel there up to this highway system. It just kind of bypasses going, up and through there. And it also, because that was such a long way to go before that tunnel, they were choosing to cut through and go up, and it was causing some traffic. So a nice little bypass has sorted things out. I've also created an overpass here too, as you can now see, because I've been watching it for quite a while and seeing where the traffic does build up. And it kind of seems to build up a lot of traffic of people coming down here and trying to do that right turn. So the bypass is just there to kind of separate them. Now, it comes in waves. I notice it comes in waves when we get a lot of traffic. So when we do get the big wave of traffic coming through, it can siphon it a lot easier. Same thing goes on over here. The big bulk of traffic comes down and causes congestion issues down here. So we got the bypass that goes straight over. This one bends around to the right, and we also have this one that goes up and to the left, just to ease off these junctions. I mean, I've added those in. Looks like the traffic flows fine right now. And you're probably thinking, Sonic, you don't need those. Trust me, we need those. This is why the traffic looks so damn good right now, because I've been watching it for hours on end. One last improvement that I did do, and it takes place all the way over here. Now, I wanted them to utilize using the tunnel a little bit more, and you're probably thinking, wait, where's all the traffic gone? Well, what I've done is, we've created this little section here. So it comes down from here, and it does connect up to the tunnel down underneath. So we're utilizing that tunnel that goes through a lot more efficiently. Now, the reason I've got it connected up here is because, one, it's pretty handy. It's a pretty handy spot. That goes in many directions, straight up or to the right. But then it takes a little bit of pressure off when there's all coming through here and going up. Because eventually we're going to expand it all down right here as well. So we just want to make sure that this is a little bit more free too. So I think there are some really good improvements. I think they are some really, really good improvements. The industrial area is running smoothly. Now, if I was to add any more industrial, it would create a lot more traffic. So I think for the remaining areas, we do a little bit of office work and stuff like that, intertwine it in. Maybe do some more industrial, little patches there, here and there. But for the most part, look at this airport right now. What is going on? But for the most part, pretty happy with what's going on. So let's take a look at this little section here. You see the traffic is it's quite heavy. It's like a spaghetti, isn't it? There's roads all over the place going in different directions. It's not great, so we need to solve it. So before we solve it then, we need to kind of look at where the majority of the traffic is coming from, where it's going, and that's how we choose the priority lanes for where we want to go. So I can see a big bulk traffic going up and over and down. So going from this way and over that way seems to be a good priority. I'm seeing traffic here come down and it's going round. Now is it going up this way or is it going straight over? I feel like it's coming straight over. So and this traffic here is going up and round. So going in that direction seems to be a high priority. So we'll kind of set up some, bulkier lanes to handle the traffic going in those directions. So let's pause then, because we're now about to do a lot of destruction. A lot of destruction. And we'll take it back. We'll get rid of these here, these little sections. And we'll take it back as far as here. Get rid of the path going over. Let's get rid of the path altogether. So we've got room to play around with. So all this is now going, guys. All this is now going. We're going to combine bridges, tunnels, normal roads, flat roads, whatever it's going to be, to really take advantage of this open space that we get to play around with. There we go. So we can really, utilize what we've got at hand. Okay, so the tunnel's underneath. There's one just there. That's a subway tunnel. There we go. Let's get rid of the path then. And we'll connect it all back up. We'll make it a good connection, so there's going to be no issues. So first then, we want to kind of intertwine. I can't even say the word. Intertwine? Is that the right way to say it? I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. These three highways. So we want to create something that connects all three of them up. Now, I could look at little intersections that I do have available. That one's way too big. Wouldn't want to go with the roundabout. I'm sure I've got one that does like 3. Or I could be lying to you, to be honest. I swear I could have had one that does like in 3 directions, but I don't. But I don't really want to do that anyway. I want to create my own. So we can have it go up, and we can kind of create like almost like a little small triangle star, kind of like what we got set up there, and then choose the priority lanes. So let's kind of go with this then. So let's bring this down. So we'll bring this down a little bit further, each one. And then the closer we bring it, the more we can then start to like actually play around with this design. I kind of want to keep that one in the air slightly, because that's what's going to lead us in to this. So if we delete this back a bit to there, how much of a bend can I get on this? Right, hold on. Right, a little bit more than that. Right, I'm trying to check that's snapping off there. Right, do you reckon that there is good enough? Right, for a bend that sweeps round, it could be good. It could be good. Let's sort out this height differential right now. So if I brought this down, snapping. Alright, it's going in that direction. So I kind of, let me just take the snapping off. Let's go for there. And then let's move this over a bit. There we go. So that there Where does a snapping now go? So it goes to there. So if I bring it up, and it's too high, like 2 levels high, which would be pretty cool. So we want this to come from a distance here, up and then bend around. So if we bring this out, now that's 1. We'll go by 2 to there. Because what we can do, we can have a road come off and then bend round down to that way for that connection. So if we keep it, some of it high elevated and some of it not, and that is going to help us create these connections. So push that back a bit. There we go. That's nice. That's going to be so cool seeing that be placed in right now. Okay, so with that done, we kind of want the same to happen to this. So throwing round and going down. So we need to bring this now down. Or I could actually, you know what, keep it high and have it bend round. So if I pick a spot here and have that spot go like that. This is the idea I've got now. Let me play around with this idea. And then this comes down and bends down into this. But I feel like that's a little bit too high. So let me stick it out a bit more so I can delete a bit more up. Oh, I didn't mean to delete that much. But that's okay. Right, bring this over, but then start to bring it down. Right, I think that bends a bit too far over. Is it coming down at that point? Yeah, it is coming down at that point. So we bring that to there. And then why is it an invalid shape? Like that. And then that would connect up to that highway there. Which use the mover tool to just kind of adjust it slightly. But that should be good. Let's delete this path. And let's actually push it over a bit more. Do you know what? Easiest thing to do is just delete it to there. And then we'll create it from here. So there we go. That's where we want it to connect up. So where's that connection? Right, that works. And that's actually pretty cool. Because what that means is then, it gives us room to bring a road off here. If I, okay, that's now asking for another question. So if I bring this further down to, let's say here, and then we want to ramp that up, but bring it down a little bit further. So the good old flicky bend. Right. Bring that down there. And then bend that. We just gotta do some fandangling right now. See the games you gotta play with this? Oh, it's because I got that on. Right, get rid of you. Right, we'll bend it ourselves. It's the easiest thing to do at this point, isn't it? Just not a fan how it dips down there. I mean, I could just do this. It does kind of solve it. But it's very close, isn't it? Right, that's sweet then. Let's just flip the road around. The way it needs to go. So with that done, we're going to do a numerous amount of things. So we've first got to bring a connection off and down here. Let's see how far I can get away with that connection. Something like that. I just really don't like how it tears down. Right, let's delete. And why don't we bring this down a little bit earlier? See the games you've got to play with right now just to get this the way we want it to. Is that 2 up or 2 down? That's 1 up. Right. Okay, with the height that now is, that could work if I pull it back a bit. And then just sort this curvature out. And then we just play around with the levels. Right, that's pretty cool, isn't it? You gotta admit, that's pretty cool. So, doesn't fully do what we want it to do yet then. So you can come down here and go down there and straight down for the highway. You can come up here and go straight up, which needs to create that connection that bends round down there to fill in that gap. Connect that up, and then we've got the freeway over the highways, but we've got this connection here and this connection here that needs to be intertwined again in some form. Now, I could make that just go straight under, because the connection for this area is on that junction there, or this junction here. Connection for this area is here, well, for that there is down here, or up there. So we can play around with different techniques. But let's let's get this up now. So that will go in. And then, oh wait, I'm doing this. This has got to go. I'm about to say I'm doing this wrong. I just realised where I'm taking this. Right, hold on, because it's all over the place. But I do want to get a slight bend on it. Do I just bring this down flat? So I'm trying to think what the purpose is of this being so high now. Right, we'll try it flat. Like that. Right, that bend's nice. Maybe drop it down slightly. Yeah, that's reasonable. I like it, I like it, I like it. So we can now, boom, as simple as that. Right, I got a better idea. Alright, it's gonna have to be like that, that's fine. Alright, bend, bend. Right, that's good. So it goes in both directions now. The only thing you can't do at this point is come up from here and then cross over to there. But that's where we bring a slight tunnel into it. And that connection's pretty solid. Almost. Almost. Let's bring that up slightly. It's solid to a certain extent. So let's try that. So where should we bring that tunnel from? So here. And this is where we're going to now encounter. Oh no, I think we're actually a bit lower than that, aren't we? Under the houses slightly. And slope is too... Yeah, we kind of... We're above. I didn't realize how low that tunnel was. And then... Right to there. Right, no, let's get rid of that. Right, we connect it further up. Because there's pretty much nothing up here. So we can get away with that. Doing that. Alright, oh, don't bring it down too much. There we go. Smooth it over slightly. Okay. Right, so that brings that up all the way to there. To create that pretty cool connection. So the traffic can flow through, again, uninterrupted. Now the benefit for this was the fact we had originally had an island connected to these two roads here. So if we just created a through road there, and we're basically saying if you want to get onto the highway system from these areas, there's the connection. There's the connection. Again, that's what we're kind of saying. We'll see how much we can get away with it. So these roads, let's delete back a bit. And, okay, snapping grid on. Like that. Anything going through the roads? Yeah, we just got on this side here. Let's move that to there. Alright, there's a van there going through the road. So that cuts through like that. Nice and simple. Now we could hook it up to the highway. Honestly, we could. That goes down, that goes up and round. Right, are these one-way streets? These are one-way streets. So we could do... I mean, we could... Well, we could just have this here anyway for the buses. But let's put it into play mode then and let's see what happens. Let's see how this whole thing functions. I want to see how this whole connection and junction now functions because it's pretty much uninterrupted. You go where you want to go. You can pass through these areas nice and simple We've got rid of the connections from this area and this area via this. So it now makes routes a lot longer. Will vehicles who want to get down around here or around here now choose... Well, if you want to get over here, you could simply... I'm thinking of vehicles from here. The traffic go down here, get off, and then you go. It might put more strain on this connection, but we can solve that and sort that out if it happens. Well, vehicles wanted to go over here. Could have done this the easier route to get off and in. Now they're going to choose to go down here. Or maybe... I don't know if it's quick enough to go down there, because it is all highway. I don't fully know what they'll choose to do. But we could create an off-ramp and an on-ramp to kind of satisfy this area. That is a big bulge there, isn't it? There we go. So just down to here. Because we're going to get quite a bit of traffic going through there. I don't know whether they're the original vehicles just trying to update their route to an alternative route. But let's see how that plays out then. So this is, you know, what the kind of messing around now does. So if we brought it quite far back. And then just went straight down. And if I did the same here, like page up. And that connection ends up being over there. Imagine living under the pass there, the overpass. That'd be kind of weird, wouldn't it? And then just create that one there, so you can get in and out of this area. Alright, I just want to create some more fluid bends. The option to get in and out of this area is there. Granted, in only one direction, but you can come out, or you can enter both these areas via this road here, and you can exit to go, you know, pretty much that way up or that way. So the options are there. You don't want to put too much, you know, heavy stroke like capacity on these roads. Let's get rid of all traffic lights. Let's sort out how these roads are going to be flowing. Same for here. Right. So again, we'll give it a few minutes, see how it then affects the road. But that feels more fluid, doesn't it? We've got rid of a roundabout, which we've added so many roundabouts on this game. I'm trying to stay away from them. So we got rid of quite a few roundabouts now lately and replaced them with different types of junctions. And this one feels a little bit more natural. We'll see how it turns out in the long run, whether it was beneficial or not, but I feel at the moment it kind of was. So we just need to sort out the path around it. I don't want to do that just yet, because I don't know how this is going to flow when we build up the capacity, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll give it a few minutes then. We'll give it a few minutes. Let's get rid of this zone in there. That's all good. So what I eventually want to do up here then is maybe add a few little extra houses in. I know the industrial in some parts is complaining about there's not enough buyers for their products, meaning I'll turn more commercial. But it all gets added in over time. But I feel like this is going pretty well. Yeah, do you know what? We're just going to do it. We're just going to add in the paths now. So the paths are going to be really good alternatives to walk across to these areas. So I'm thinking that I do... Well, we'll start from down here. A line... Let's take this snapping off. A line there. And a line there. And I can create that over. But just move these. That's nice. And then bring this down. and then take it to wherever I need it to go. So whether that is pretty much down to here and to there. And oh, I placed it underneath. That's interesting. Never done that one before. Right, we'll do it from here. That's a nice little connection. So that creates that little sweet little overpass. We'll do one that comes off here. Nice. And that makes that area connected via paths anyway. Let's take this snapping off. Oh, we got that pass there, haven't we? But we'll do this one. Nice. We did have this one further along, which we'll bring this out, and then we'll spiral it along. Nice little wiggle down. Now that ultimately crosses over that area. But if you want to get over to this area a lot smoother, it's a little bit more of a bigger job, isn't it, to walk across? But what could we do to correct that? Well, first things first anyway, we can create this connection. We can create that coming down. People are now using it, which is good. That little intertwine there, and then just walk straight on. Do we go for something like that cuts over here? How high is that? Because I don't really want them to be walking over the highway or through the whole interchange area. I like this little bend round bend. It's like little waves. Wait till we get some trees down. That should be pretty sweet. But this area needs some kind of overpass. So I think that overpass comes in the form of being placed here. Now, is that high enough? Ah, that's perfect. Right, down to here. And because this goes straight over, we create our own little bend. Like that. Or can I get that? That's pretty cool, isn't it? I like that. I really do like that. I don't know why, I just really do. Well, that's pretty sweet then. I like it. Oh, some water needed over here. Okay. We can squeeze in a little bit extra commercial there. Alright, squeeze in some extra commercial around all this. Oh, pause. Why do I now have the ability to paint it over some of these areas? It's because I've got this anarchy on. Oh no, it's because I placed the road down with the anarchy on, wasn't it? Yeah, makes sense. Not the road, sorry, the path. Right. Let's just paint anyway. There we go. Right, that should be fine. We can actually get rid of these power grids now, can't we? Because everything's intertwined and connected. We should open up a few more extra, yeah, splodges. There we go, so we'll go back to normal. A few little gaps there, extra commercial. Right, all good. All good. So I'm very impressed with this. I'm very impressed. There's no need to satisfy every direction. That's something I kind of learned when building this. You don't need to satisfy every direction that you're building in. So we just got an on and off ramp just here on this road. Doesn't go in every direction you want it to. But it doesn't need to do that. We've got other good connections everywhere else down there, up here, that can handle that traffic. So very impressed with that. Hopefully we can do more stuff like that around the city that does improve it. Should be good. Right, so while that simulates in and does what it's got to do, I want to head over to the farm district over here, because it's okay, it's not great. I want to move it over in this little valley here, which is a lot flatter and smoother and more fertile land that we can work with. So I'm going to get rid of the old farm area. Strawberry district, you're a goner. But it's not going to be easy as you think, because I got to like do it all individually. But let's try our best. So all of this, delete. All of this, delete. This is just the easy parts. Delete. We're going to replace it with the high kind of the fancy mansions. It's going to be the rich area. It's going to be the Beverly Hills of Fool's Town. That's pretty much what it's going to be, this whole area. So it does change a lot of things and how we approach and do stuff, like what's going to happen to the train tracks running through? What's going to happen to this export area as well? All these questions are going to be thrown up. But I suppose we won't fully know until we do this area. We'll get it all set up. So let's just get rid of you. It's sad to see it go, but it's got to go. Right. Okay, so Anchor Center is huge. Why? Erase Park. Why is it a park? I have no idea. Strawberry District should now be gone. I'm not sure why it hasn't. Ah, there we go. I'll get rid of this whole district. So this is going to be pushed on to eventually become the really wealthy, rich area, where there's kind of like how we've done this. The houses intertwine. It goes around the golf course. So it throws up a lot of questions. So what's going to happen? We have a road here, which is good. Sticks out to there. We'll probably keep the main roads in. But what happens to the train tracks is the question. Do we keep those as they are? Or because I'm moving the farm area over here, where they kind of touch and connect here, rather than going that way, they go up and across and maybe bend down into there. That's probably what we'll do, and then we'll kind of filter them up and around further out. So we can turn this into the super rich district. Alright, let's change the brush. Let's put all this back to grass. So that's not grass. No. Okay, let's remove it all. And so we can make... Because the only problem we had is because it's on like such high levels of land, you can see the splodges of where the fertile farm industry is. And now... It just didn't work. Let's just put it that way. We tried. It just didn't work. We can get rid of all the resource there. But I can look at this now. If I paint all this down, look at how much fertile land that we've pretty much got to work with. If I get rid of the trees, all down here, and then the resources, look at that. Flat, fertile land that we get to work with, and we will do at some point. Not sure when we'll do it, but That's where the farm's going to be, and it's going to utilize the big highway that we got placed in. We'll have a good road connection as well to the export area. We'll have to move this export area further over, but that's pretty much what's going to happen. It's going to be glorious, boys. It's going to be glorious. And we can filter all this into the hills of the Hollywood area of Foolstown. It's going to be amazing. Right, oh, there's a little bit of death. Are we at the start of a death wave again? I hope not, because they're painful to go through. They truly are. But you can now see, look at the traffic around this area. Like, the outlet's up here. The other outlet's down here. The outlet's here. There's no traffic, so by doing what we've done in this area, it hasn't affected much. I'm shocked and very impressed at the same time. We've done a really good job. Really good job. Reduced the traffic. And they are taking advantage of the cut-through highway system. It's glorious. It's amazing. Look at them all using it. Still need to smoothing all this off. I forgot to do it last episode, but we'll eventually get there anyway when we work with these areas. It's beautiful, boys. It's beautiful. I'm so impressed with it. I'm so impressed. So, we've removed the farming area. We'll get that placed in. We've now worked with this whole new Fandangle intersection, which looks glorious, might I add. Glorious, I say. Glorious. Does the job. Got some new shops moving in. And we're at the point now then where... so some of the shops complain about not enough workers. So what that shows you is we are due to get a ton more residential peeps in. And we need a lot of commercial stuff as well. We need some new commercial. We've worked on this area quite a lot, so I want to try and continue to work on this area around here. So I kind of want to get some more residential in. So I'm thinking a little bit of residential around this side should be good. Up to there, and just finishing fill these little spots in. Over on this side, residential. Get some more commercial. We'll get some commercial around the edges up here, and then some offices down here for more jobs. Really start to build it up, and eventually I want to work on this because it looks really weird having all these skyscrapers around here. And I want to filter them over around this lake. Should be pretty damn sweet, if you ask me. So we didn't get much done today, but what we did get done is a big help to the city. Funnels traffic through a lot smoother. Gets traffic from the industrial dock export area, whatever you want to call it, so much easier. The what's it called right now? The infrastructure is a lot more stronger. So whether you're going up this way to get to this side of the city, or whether you're going up this way to get to this side, or even over here, the infrastructure is solid right now. We still got these toll roads right now not being overflowed, which is pretty good. A little bit of traffic builds up over here though that I've noticed with the new in and out section there, so we might play around with how we can intertwine traffic a lot smoother. But for the most part, it's pretty damn good. So let me know in the comment section down below, guys, what you want me to see or what you want me to improve or attempt or start in the next episode. Let me know in the comment section down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, good.